How can engineers solve the challenges of the 21st century?
Firstly, our world is growing larger by the moment. Just this year, we have grown by 80 million people. Therefore, the demand for energy is ever growing.
The challenges that engineers face today are trying to create low-cost and renewable energy and trying to use energy smartly for everyone. We have decided to research in further detail on these topics.
Piezoelectricity, thermoelectricity, and solar power.
Engineers are trying to save energy by using thermoelectric materials that can be used for heat harvesting or refrigeration. Thermoelectric circuits have been used in small thermoelectric generators to furnish power in remote areas such as South Africa, also in space probes for radio transmitters and receivers, and also other devices that require relatively small amounts of electric power.
4 MIT engineering students have developed a thermoelectric bracelet that monitors air and skin temperature. This then sends tailored pulses of hot or cold waveforms to the wrist to help maintain thermal comfort. The ultimate aim is to reduce the energy consumption of buildings by cooling or heating the individual, but not the building. This will therefore save a lot of energy.
Another challenge that engineers are facing every day in the 21st century is the use of fossil fuels, and that eventually they will run out. So engineers are trying to use solar energy. This is a very efficient way to create renewable energy because a solar panel is made up of many photovoltaic cells. These cells use the sun's light to make electrons move, therefore making renewable energy. Engineers are creating solar panels to go on all types of things, such as cars, buildings, and on top of houses.
We have come up with an idea of how to use solar panel even more efficiently. For an average 7.5-hour flight on a plane, it uses 45 tons of fuel. If we put solar panels on the plane, we could save a massive amount of energy.
In fact, Bertrand Piccard and his colleagues are researching at the moment and experimenting in creating, by 2015, an aeroplane that can go 5 days, day and night, just on solar power. Therefore, it can show that solar power is definitely making its mark in the world. So, we have researched piezoelectricity into further detail. If you squeeze certain crystals, such as quartz, you can make electricity flow through them. In practice, the crystal becomes a kind of tiny battery.
Piezoelectricity is used for small things such as converting light and sound into energy or mechanical pressure into electrical signals. We looked at this type of electricity as engineers and thought how it could be used in everyday places.
We thought crystals could be placed under floors in busy places such as airports, train station platforms, and stairs that are used every day to create constant pressure, which therefore would create a constant source of energy. Although these crystals would have to have a piezoelectric effect. Over 1.2 billion people, 20% of the world's population, are still without access to electricity worldwide, almost all of whom live in developing countries.
This includes about 550 million in Africa and over 400 million in India. Access to electricity must be environmentally and socially sustainable.
Ultimately, the 3 ideas we have researched into will hopefully help engineers of the 21st century overcome the challenge of offering everyone clean and renewable energy, even people in developing countries. Thank you for listening.